Would you be interested in learning something that would help you get over your limitations or whatever stops you from doing what you want to do, so that you never procrastinate ever again or make excuses about doing something you know you can do physically and mentally, but a part of you just makes you avoid it? Perhaps a feeling or just some idea in your mind. Okay, so if you're interested, continue watching, because I'm going to teach you a little technique called Emotional Freedom Technique, EFT. I'm not going to teach you all about EFT. I'm just going to work on what limits you from doing what you want to do. So I want you to think about what you want to do, but for some reason make excuses or keep avoiding it or procrastinating. Now, as you think about that, notice inside you what it is that stops you. Is it a feeling or is it an idea in your mind? Now, whatever it is, I want you to measure 0 to 10 how much that stops you. Now, I'm not looking for you to say, oh, it's 10. I want you to just really listen to that inner voice. That inner voice that protects you so many times. And an inner voice that also nags at you. So when I ask you 0 to 10, when you think about what stops you, what number pops to mind? Okay. The highest being the worst it can be, and the lowest the least it can be. So there, just think again, 0 to 10, what number, 0 to 10, of whatever it is stops you? What's the highest number pops to mind? Okay, with that number, we're going to begin tapping and saying these words out loud. Even though I have that number of what stops me doing what I know I can do, I'm okay. Even though I have that number of what stops me doing what I know I can do, I'm okay. Even though I have that number of what stops me doing what I know I can do, I'm okay. That number of what stops me, that number of what stops me, that number of what stops me, that limitation, that limitation, that limitation, that procrastination, those excuses. Take a deep breath in and release that now. Now I want you to think again about what you really want to do. What stops you? Feeling? Idea? Measure again 0 to 10, 10 being the worst. And with that remaining number, let's continue. You saying what I'm tapping, you saying what I'm saying, you tapping, doing exactly as I'm doing. Just because I have that remaining number of what stops me doing what I know I can really do, I'm okay. Just because I have that number of what stops me doing what I know I can really do, I'm okay. Just because I have that number of what stops me doing what I really know I can do, I'm okay. That number. 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 Take a deep breath in. Now sometimes when we want to do something and we avoid doing it, we start making excuses for doing it, we beat ourselves up. So I'm going to do something very interesting, and I want you to say this out loud after me while tapping here. Even though I stop myself doing what I really want to do, I forgive myself and anyone else who has maybe stopped me doing it. Even though I stop myself doing what I really know I can do, I forgive myself and I forgive anyone else who may have stopped me doing what I know I can do. Even though I stop myself from doing what I know I can really do. I forgive myself and I forgive anyone else who may have stopped me doing what I know I can do. I forgive myself. I forgive anyone else. 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 Now, if you've been having difficulty with that forgiveness word, it's okay to let go, because if you don't let go, those people are there stopping you continually. So I hope this has helped in some way get you to do what you know you can do.